So, it's September and it is not autumn yet, so I'm just kind of wondering, where's autumn? I thought it was supposed to be autumn now. We're back in autumn term at school, so I was expecting red leaves, yellow leaves, green leaves, and like just that crisp autumn air, but I mean, we'll have to make do. Of course, it is still technically the start of another year, so first commences my video on how to survive sixth form. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. There's no back there, just welcome. I wanted to kick things off with just some advice, just some tips. This is just a chit chat. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I haven't really planned this out too much. I just wanted to help you out there if you are struggling with getting back into school or starting school, and particularly if you have just joined sixth form or college or whatever, or if you're in your second year of sixth form like me and you're kind of thinking, last year didn't go too great. So I wanted to make this video because sixth form and school, just any form of education, is actually incredibly difficult. I think something that people take for granted is that you are going to somewhere for 6, 7, however many hours of the day and putting your heart and your soul into something that you may or may not enjoy. And the thing about sixth form is you do get a lot of choice. You get to choose 3 subjects that you're going to progress into life with, but even so it's still difficult. And there's more work, and there's new people, and you're expected to be an adult now, and there's all this kind of stuff that you have to deal with. So I thought I'd put together a few tips on just how we can kind of make this transition a little bit easier. I feel you, I feel your pain, I feel what you're feeling. It's my last year, so I'm not going to get to do this ever again, so I'm just kind of emotional. It makes me happy to make other people feel like they can do this, so this is what we're going to do. So my biggest tip would be to talk to people, talk to your friends, make new friends. I mean, when I came out of year 11, I literally went into year 12, which was sixth form, with every single friend that I had. They were still there, but that didn't mean that I was just going to rest on my laurels and not make any new friends. There's always new people, and even old people who you kind of disregarded. It's always a good idea to get to know people, and when you do get to know those people, have conversations with them, talk to them, and if you've got concerns or you've got worries, then confide in a friend. And don't be afraid to let people know that you're feeling overwhelmed by what's going on and that you're struggling, because you'll find that everyone else around you is in the exact same boat. Nobody knows what they're doing. Everyone is just trying their best. And if you can talk to people and find people who can be like, oh, we don't have the same problem, then maybe they'll be able to help you out, or even just having the knowledge that you are not alone can be so helpful, especially in those first few days. Another big recommendation would be to join study groups, revision groups. Just even if it's just going to the library with your friends and sitting and doing half an hour of work, whatever your subject is. You haven't even got to do the same subject, but it's really vital that you just spend some time with people going over things, and you might learn something from them. I found that things really stuck in my head more when I'd learned them or gone over them with people, with friends, when we'd sat and joked about it or just discussed it to the point where you're not ever going to forget it, especially with subjects that kind of have a debate side to them. It's really, really good to actually have those debates with people, because you'll find that when you're sitting there in exams, you're going to be able to remember those conversations. Fun, it's social, you get to sit and drink coffees and talk to your friends whilst also revising, so it's a win-win situation. If you are starting the year now and you are kind of just overwhelmed, I get it, but make sure you revise straight from the offset. Start revising straight away. Don't wait for a test. Start revising straight away. Don't do as much as the pressure that they will put on you, your teachers and the school, wherever you are. I'm sure they're probably putting a lot of pressure on you. You haven't got to do too much, but you do need to start revising straight from the start, just so that when you get to the end, when you get to your exam, you have an idea of what you are doing. Start making your notes. Talking about notes, my favourite thing about sixth form was that I got to do 3 subjects that I really enjoyed, and 3 subjects that I was more than happy to sit and make really pretty notes for. So I made pretty pretty notes. I took a lot of time to do them, that I just felt compelled to look at them, and it made me happy even when I had an exam like in 2 hours time. Having pretty notes, it sounds ridiculous, but just looking at something that you created that has information that you need but is presented in a way that makes you kind of happy can just make that whole revision process so much nicer and so much easier. And even making those notes doesn't feel like a chore, it feels kind of fun. Put some music on or whatever your scene is, light a candle and spend an hour or half an hour every few days doing some notes, and then by the time you get to those exams, you've got some really nice notes that you can look at and you can show them off to your friends if you're as sad as me. But moving away from the whole revision side of things, I think for me, the big thing I found last year especially was that there's a lot of pressure from the school to guilt you out into doing things that you don't want to do. I mean, I kind of didn't think about this. I had teachers asking me to do things that I wasn't too keen on doing. My advice to you would be to, first of all, expect that to happen. But just make sure that you're prepared to say very kindly that you don't want to do things. You have to remember that your right to be there is to be there and to get an education. So there's going to always be opportunities, and some opportunities you should take, which is my next tip, but there's some opportunities that just because your friends are taking them or you're being advised to by your teachers or people are saying this is really good, this is really great or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that it's for you. That can even be with choices you make in your subjects or the way you choose to spend your lunchtime or whatever it is. Every choice you make, it needs to make you feel a sense of happiness, and you've got to remember that just because you're in school doesn't mean that you don't get to feel happy. If you're not feeling happy because of the people you're with or because of what you're doing, then that's when you need to reevaluate where you are, what position you're in, and maybe consider making some changes, because that is something that I think we don't expect. I think we go back thinking, oh, I'm going to be so miserable, but you can be happy in school. I'm happy in school because I don't go there thinking, but I'm not going to be happy, and voila, I'm completely fine. So just have that attitude. Therefore, if opportunities arise that you don't want to take, you'll immediately know by the way it feels whether or not you're going to take them, and then just follow your heart. Simple as that. The flip side of that is, if an opportunity arises that you think honestly in your heart of hearts would be really good for you, maybe it's related to what you're doing, it might be a bit scary, but that's always the best opportunity. But you know that you would do it, you know that it's for you, you know that it's something that the universe has put out there for you especially, and you kind of think, oh, I'm not really sure, but do it, just do it, because life is too short to not do it. If you're going to do anything this term, start something new and make sure that it's something that you love, otherwise say no to it. So it's a bit of a weird, opposing, contradictory tip. But basically, opportunities arise, you love it, you do it. If you don't love it, bye bye. Oh, honestly, I just saw this one and I was like, stay away from the drama, far away. Do not get wrapped up in it. No matter where you're going, honestly, I genuinely thought once I was out of year 7, that would be the end of drama. I thought once I was out of year 8, that would be the end of drama. Year 9, there can't possibly be any more drama to have. Year 10, have to end here, and so on and so on. Especially when I went into 6th form, I was like, okay, yeah, that's it now, it's going to be fine. And of course, here in year 13, in my final year of school, I'm still dealing with drama. And the thing is, I used to be involved in that drama, but now I'm just a spectator. I want to just be able to not have a day where that drama is even influencing me in any way, which is difficult. But the best way to do that is to distance yourself from the people who are causing that drama, even if it's someone who you consider a friend, if they are having a dramatic moment, or if their vibe isn't maybe like getting you right now. Don't be afraid to just be able to distance yourself from that, because as I said, the most important thing about your time, wherever you are now in your educational journey, is that you are happy there. So you're not going to be happy if your friends are making you feel like you are the centre of this big argument, or if you feel embarrassed by the loud conversations you're having in the middle of the library. Get away from that. As soon as you feel like something isn't working out or something isn't making you feel happy, then distance yourself. And then if it feels good to be distanced from it, then maybe even consider making that distance final, because the goal isn't to spend 2 years or however long you're here for just working and working and working, but there's a big difference between fun and drama, so just be careful and don't get wrapped up in things that you wouldn't want yourself to get wrapped up in. Basically, self-love. That's it. That is that tip in a nutshell. Love yourself enough to do things that are good for you. So leading on from that, you're going to have 3 periods in sixth form, so that means that you should get some work done, get your head down, put some headphones in, listen to some cool jams, you know, and just do some work, because you chose these subjects, so you should be happy to work on them. Do that, you're going to find that everyone around you is chatting and watching Netflix and whatever, and you're going to feel like, oh well, if they're doing it, I should do it. But you have to remember that not everyone is doing the right thing. So trust me when I say that if you want to be able to get decent results or even amazing results, those 3 periods, don't consider them as free periods. Make sure that you're using them as study periods. However, on the flip side of that, I am gonna have to admit I do not use all of my free periods as revision periods. I'm quite to have a balance. I think it's important to have a balance. Sometimes it's nice to go out of school for a bit with friends and go and get some food, or to sit down and watch Netflix or have a chat about something that is so irrelevant to your subjects, but it's such a reprieve, and I think I would recommend that massively. Just make sure you have a balance between the two, work and play. Work and play. Work and play. Also, make sure you dress for comfort. There's always going to be a dress code, or maybe you're lucky enough to not have a dress code, but make sure you adhere to a dress code. But don't be afraid to make sure that what you're wearing is comfortable for you. Don't wear heels if you don't feel comfortable in heels today. If you know that you're going to be sitting around a lot, then just don't put on fancy shoes unless it's going to make you feel really good. Wear comfortable, warm, cozy jumpers in autumn and winter, and have a coat with you, and tie your hair up or put it in a messy bun. I mean, I understand that sometimes we like to make appearances and, you know, show ourselves in the best light, but I think when you are trying to get some work done, or when you're trying to just have a chilled out day where you don't have to feel any kind of stress, then it's so important to just remember that you are allowed to dress to a certain extent quite comfortably. That's just something that it's just a bit random, but for me, I find that it really helps when I'm having days where I'm not really feeling like being in school, which is a lot to be honest. Then I just tend to dress casually. I don't wear any makeup, or it just depends how you're feeling. So make sure you go with how you are feeling, because that's what's most important. And finally, if I'm going to say anything to you today, it's going to be, don't take it too seriously. Just relax, just go with the flow. It's only school. It's just school. It's literally just school. It's not a big deal. You're gonna get what you're gonna get, because if you follow these tips and if you follow your heart, then you'll find that it will all become a lot easier than you kind of think it's gonna be. So just take that away from this. Don't take it too seriously. Just relax and go with the flow. Be with your friends, be with your family. When you come home, don't take too much work with you. Just relax and do what you have to do. Do a little bit extra, and that's kind of it. And you'll find that you'll do better than you are probably imagining that you will. So just, yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's been really good chit-chatting with you today, and I hope that you found something useful in this video. If you haven't already, then subscribe to this wondrous channel. Please leave a comment, like this video if you actually liked this video. Love you lots and lots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!